Continuing with 9 on part C, it starts off okay, you know, and then it gets fairly tricky towards the end of the question. The diagram shows a horizontal cylindrical oil tank, length of, so I'll just draw quickly, you have your oil tank, it has a length of 2.2 meters and it has a radius of 0.9 meters. And they want me to find in litres the capacity or the volume of the oil tank. Give your answer to two significant figures. Well, if you go to your log tables, you find pi r squared times h is the volume of the cylinder, so that's pi times r times h is the length of it, or the height of it if you stood it up. And that would give you 5.598318. Now that's meters cubed. There is 1,000 litres in a meters cubed, which means that we need to multiply this by 1,000 to end up with 5598.318, so on. And they said round up to two significant figures. That's only two figures that are significant, are the 5 and the 6. So rounding it off, it's 5,600 litres. So fairly straightforward. Just the only part there that was annoying was to know how many litres are in a meter cubed. Dipping is a method by which the level of oil remaining in the tank can be checked. A graduated stick is used to measure the level of oil from the bottom of the tank. It was found that the depth of the oil tank was 60 centimetres cubed. So it means that, and it's not halfway up, we're looking at it like it's a prism. Okay, prism, it's a 3D shape that has, you know, a congruent kind of parallel base all the way throughout it. So if we looked at just the part that we want, I need to get the volume of that. In order to get the volume of a prism, you're looking at this area here. We need that, and we need to multiply by the length of it. So it's the area of your base here. See the way if I chopped this up, it would have the exact same shape all the way out. That's how you know it's a prism. So I need the area of the base here, and I'm going to multiply it by the 2.2 meters. Or because we start talking about litres and centimetres, the 60 centimetres, we're going to write it as 220 centimetres. So how do I get the area of this? Well, you've actually already gotten it in the previous question. If you go back to 9b and look at your diagram, there's my 9b. There, you've actually already gotten the area of that. Okay, and you got the area and you worked it out to be 7,425. So all you have to do is get your 7,425 and multiply it by your 220. So when you do that, you end up with 1,633,500 centimetres cubed. There is 1,000 centimetres cubed in litres, so you should divide by 1,000 to get it in the format they want, which is in litres. So that gives me 1,633.5 litres. Okay, next part becomes quite tricky then. They say after a fill of oil is being delivered, the tank was dipped again, and the depth of the oil in the tank was found to be 160 centimetres. Now, the diagram is still remaining like this, but in order to get the volume of the oil delivered, well, I'm going to have to not worry about that yet. So it's now gone up to 160. So it's probably gone up to maybe about there. Okay, so I know that is 160. I know the radius is 90, so that's 90 there. I know that's 90, and I know that's 90. So unless I really sketch this out, I'm not gonna be able to get this question, which means what's left here is 70. Now, I have from part A the amount of oil that was originally in the tank. I could find out the amount of oil that's in total in the tank. And I could find that little bit of area there and multiply it by 220, and it would give me the amount of volume that's not filled in the tank. So I could tell you that the angle here, if that's 90, that's 70. We could use cos of that angle there is 70 over 90, which makes the angle 38.942441, but makes that full angle there then double that, which is 77.884882. I may want to start saving some of these numbers into my calculator. And so I now know the angle there. It means that, same as what I did in the last question, so this is a long question, same as what I did, I get the area of the sector of this circle minus the area of the actual triangle, and I'll be left with the area here. And if I multiply that by 220, I'll have the volume that's not taken up by oil in the cylinder. So I'm going to need to get the area of the sector of the circle, which is, remember the area of the sector is theta over 360 multiplied by pi r squared. You can work that out and you end up with 5,505.357933. I need to subtract the area of the actual triangle, so that's half base, or half AB sine C in this case, because, you know, or half base by perpendicular height. Now I don't have the base here, so it's easier to go half AB sine C and know that I have all the information. And when you do that, so half A by B by the sine of 77.88, so on. Then I can work that out and I'll end up with 3,959.797974. Subtract those, because I just want that little area there at the top. And I end up with 1,545.559959 centimetres cubed. And then that's the area of the little sector. If I want the volume there, I need to multiply that by 220, because it's a prism, and if you want the area, the volume of the prism, you need the area of the part here, the base, and multiply it by just the height or the length of it. And when you do that, you end up with 340,023.19098 centimetres cubed. We've been talking in litres here earlier on, so I need to divide that by 1,000, and I end up with 340.023190 litres. Now, that's the amount that is empty in the tank. So that's the amount that's empty in the tank. And I also know that there was originally, I worked it out earlier, there was originally 1,633.5 litres in the tank. Then I can figure out now the amount of oil that was delivered, because the total amount of oil that can be taken by this is, so the total amount of oil is pi r squared h. Now, did I have that done from earlier? I do. 5,000, oh no. Yeah, 5,000 part 1. The maximum volume of the tank is 5,600 minus the amount that was already there and the amount that's still empty. So that's the amount the tank can take minus the amount that was originally there and the amount that's empty. Means that altogether there is 3,626.5, and I can round off to the nearest whole number, litres delivered. Now, tricky question, long question, and quite tricky.